Time to take our first full look at sports. Carly joining me on the desk for that, Carly, and I'd love to be here saying they did it again. They managed to pull their fat out of the fire there, but unfortunately, looks like the end of the season for the Bobcats.
Yes, what an exciting series it was, and all the games up to this one were one-goal games, so really the Bobcats have absolutely nothing to hang their heads about. Well, with their backs against the wall, it was once again time for the Lloydminster Bobcats to move or be moved. They were down 3-0, and we're trying to avoid being swept by the AJHL's top team in the Spruce Grove Saints. Well, the Cats headed into this tilt with history on their side after avoiding elimination in their best-of-5 series against the Grand Prairie Storm. Let's flash back to the Civic Center last night. In the first, the Saints draw first blood. Kramer Barnstable makes a couple of stops, but they can't control the rebound. Josh Copper was there to put it away, and it's 1-0. Now the Cats look to even it up. Kyle Bowen digs it loose. He finds Topher Flanagan, but Morosi is there for the save. That guy's been on fire all series long. Then it's Barnstable's turn as he makes another 3 big saves to keep it a 1-goal game. But on the same shift, some more pretty passing as David Glenn finds Copper again. He tips it to Jetlyn Houcher for the tic-tac-toe goal. And the Saints go up 2-0. In the second, more from the Saints. Matt Knoll feeds Houcher. He sneaks it by Tyler Briggs for his second of the night, and the Saints are up big. The Cats try and claw their way back. Mitchell Gartner tries to go glove on Morosi, but he makes a glove save. Then it's Corey Hodgins off the wall. His shot, it'll get juggled around, but Morosi once again hangs on. Then the Saints cut they would ice it late in the second, rather. Nicholas Bourgeois there finds Bryce Van Brandt. It's 4-0. Then on the power play, Felix Poulin sets Josh Copper up. Wait a minute, we're off time here. That was a Cats goal. There we go. That was Michael Hefner's first goal of the game. Well done, Hef. He put the Cats on the board to give them their first goal. Now 4 minutes later, it's Kyle Harris here. He breaks away down the right wing. He lays it off to Josh Atkinson with the backhand. Atkinson gets it done. That one gave the Cats their second goal of the game. Unfortunately, 6-2 was the final on that one. It was a tough one for the Cats between the pipes. Barnstable and Briggs split time, making a combined 9 saves. Hefner and Atkinson's contributions both came on the power play, the first and only of the postseason for the Cats, who finished their postseason 2 for 28 on the man advantage. The story perhaps of the team all season. Well, regardless, last night's loss was a tough one for the Orange and Black.
Feels tough on it because, we did such a good job all season long, and I'm not going to dwell on tonight. We had to believe as a group, and I think some of us believed and some of us weren't so sure, and it reflected in the way we played the first period for sure, and we tried to get them motivated, and that wasn't so successful. And we came out and played with 6 guys in the third period and got a couple goals out of it. So you know what? Any way you want to look at it, I'm proud of them.
It's tough, if we would have just did the little things here and there, it could have been a different game, but it's just the way the hockey works. It just sometimes goes your way, sometimes doesn't.
Well, less than 20 hours after a Blake Lease goal ended a marathon game 3 in triple overtime, the Pontiacs and the Oil Barons got set to battle it out in Game 4. Well, Bonnyville, up a game in the series, was looking to take a commanding 3-1 lead last night. We'll go to the RJ Lawn Arena now, where it took 55 minutes in Game 3 to see a goal, but last night, only 3 minutes in, Carson Cooper jumps on the loose puck. He sneaks it through the wickets of Julian LaPlante. It's 1-0 Oil Barons. Moving to the second frame, the Yaks are down a goal and once again looking to even the score, but Jesse Kalechi stands tall and shuts the door shortly after Julian LaPlante catches Fort Mac on a change, and Devin Kalinsky is the recipient of the feed from Tyler Henry. That one makes it 3-2, but the home crowd isn't celebrating long, as just over a minute later, Ben Lake goes short side on LaPlante to regain the lead. Just like that. Well, in the third now, we're all tied up at 3. The Oil Barons with the man advantage, and Justin Rose picks up his second of the game. It's now 4-3 for Fort Mac. Late in the third, Bonnyville here on the man advantage, doing everything but finding the back of the net as they drop Game 4 with the series tied at 2 games apiece. I think I'm a little ahead of myself here. Here's Bonnyville trying to get it done. Unfortunately, Bonnyville drops this one. 4-3 is the final score. We'll hear from head coach Chad
It just
Mercier
seemed
now.
like we kind of give that, we get going, we get back into her, have some chances, and then we just give that one up on the power play, and that happens. We regroup and get ready for Game 5.
It was a fast-paced game today again, so it was just, who wanted it more. Like it was a good battle and everything, but So I said their power play was better than ours, and it comes down to specialty teams.
That is your first look at local sports. Welcome back. Well, it's hard to believe that Lloydminster Bobcats season has come to an end. It feels like just the other day I was climbing up onto the roof of the Civic Center trying to kick off the Cats season with a campout for a sellout. Well, after reaching the second round of playoffs for the first time since players like Michael Hefner joined the team over 4 years ago, the end of the season is about more than a playoff run coming to an end. It's about a team whose future in the border city lies in the balance of a community. Regardless of where this team ends up, for Coach Curran and veterans like Michael Hefner, this hockey season was and always will be one to remember.
In its final game as the Bobcat, Michael Hefner was the first to put his team on the board in what ended up being a 6-2 loss. While his final season with the team didn't end with a championship, he wouldn't have it any other way.
I wouldn't want to have changed this season for anything. It was just the best season I've ever had.
This season was the best the Cats have had in a long time. Hefner and his teammates finished the regular season well over the 500 mark with 32 wins and 24 losses. That included highlights like a 9-game winning streak and the first sellout home opener in franchise history. Head coach and general manager Brian Curran knows how close these hockey players have become and has a hard time putting it into words.
No, there's not enough time. There's not enough time. There were so many goals and so many personal things personal inside the locker room, some relationships that were phenomenal, a team that just loved playing for each other.
This year has been the tightest group of guys I've ever had. Like, it was a blast playing with them. We all got along. There's no controversies. Like, we had our little bumps in here and there, and we helped each other through it.
The Cats' future in the border city is out of their hands, but as the community decides whether or not to support the team, Curran hopes residents here will remember the impact his players have had outside the arena.
On the ice, off the ice, in the community. The community involvement, I think, is probably the biggest thing that has happened here in years.
7 players on the Cats roster, including Hefner, will move on from the team and possibly hockey. But with memories like these,
That day up in GP was my hockey highlight of my career. It was the best feeling I've ever had. When Rempel scored that goal, I've never been so excited in my entire life. I can't even explain words. Like, it was just amazing. And then to come up with that win from a 2-game deficit, it was just amazing. I can't explain it.
it's clear why Michael and his coach are convinced this team will stay together and in touch whether the franchise is relocated or not.
Well, the Friends of the Bobcats are happy to report that they have successfully sold 84 of the community ownership shares that are available to the public. With 9 days to go in the campaign, Rob Hefner is hoping support comes quickly. The Bobcats are also reporting that 395, nearly half of the required season seat purchases, have been made. Staff are standing by at the Cats office to sell tickets. And that is all the time that I have for sports. Stay tuned, though. Whole lot more left to come in New Cap News.